afternoon, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Raise your hand if you have a bucket list. Good to see many people having bucket list. Raise your hand if you do not know what a bucket list is. No problem. And now, last question. Raise your hand if you are not taking any action on your bucket list. Good to see many hands going up. Otherwise, I will go and sit. Thank you. Well, for the benefit of those who don't know what a bucket list is, by definition, bucket list is a number of experiences or accomplishments that one wants to have or do before their lifetime. This comes from the phrase, primarily, kicking the bucket. That's an idiom or phrase which means to die. Somebody kicked the bucket means somebody passed it. That is what it is. In 2007, this expression was popularized by the film Bucket List. I have not seen that. As part of preparing for this speech, I came to know that a movie by name Bucket List is there. It was written by Justin Zakam. He actually coined this expression way back in 1999. He was writing a list of things to do before he dies. So at that time he came up with saying, okay, this is my list to do before I die. Like that, then he shortened it, saying that this is Justin's bucket list. Later on, he made it as just bucket list. In that list, he had put the first item as making a movie for a big studio. In fact, when he came up with the first film, it was for Warner Brothers or some big studio. So he made the title itself as a bucket list, and the story is about two elderly people with terminal illness who are going on a road trip, and then they are trying to complete their wish list. Okay, that is how the definition is and the background about this. Recently, I came across one quote involving money, energy and time. When you are young, you will have the time and energy but no money. As you grow up and start earning, you will have money and energy but no time. There will be another stage, probably after retirement. You may have money, time and energy. Further, fourth stage is when you may have time and money but no energy. I like this quote a lot. In fact, I am in the third stage where I have the required money, not too much of it, and time. I am retired and lot of energy. Still I have energy. Maybe for another 10 years I can be energetic and enjoy whatever is in my bucket list. Okay. Now, can some of you share what is in your bucket list?
I would like
sit and
so I want to buy 1 acre of land in far away and grow plants and stay there. Grow plants and trees.
Okay, fine. He wants to buy 1 acre of land and create a farmhouse kind
Farmhouse
of
kind of.
Right, good.
Become a photographer, travel the world and live independent.
Fine. That's good. Who else wants to share something?
I want to explore actually new things as an archaeologist. What they are doing, I want to learn it.
You want to learn that? Okay. Archaeologists. Okay, good. Fine. These are some of the examples. we need to be clear about the difference between a bucket list and a goal. Bucket list is more of emotional, like what he said. It's a wish list. Whatever you said, these are kind of emotional things, something we want to have, something we want to do. We want to do, not like our parents asked us to do or some neighbors asked us to do or something. Goal is something sometimes somebody, society, puts pressure on you to set a goal, or your manager may set a goal for you saying that you have to do this. And looking at peer pressure or some other thing, you may want to say, okay, I want to earn 6-figure salary, something like that, big mansion, big car, all that. Here, when it comes to bucket list, you don't need a lot of money. For example, Prasad's bucket list can be simplified. Instead of buying and having a farmhouse and living there, he can shorten it, make it simpler, economical, saying that if there is already a farmhouse, I want to go there and stay for a week or a month, which will be far less expensive. If he wants to really buy land, build all that, it may take a long time, of course. In his lifetime, he can still do it. But broadly, that is the difference between bucket list and goal. Now, there are different types of bucket lists. One is primary. Many people have travel as the bucket list. Okay, who all have visited many towns or cities in India? Extensive traveler. Okay, foreign countries. How many people have traveled to foreign countries? Okay, good, fine. Personally, I have been liking travel, and I have visited about 14 countries, different places. Some on office trip, some on work, some on personal, with family. And I have also visited more than 20 cities in India itself. I have traveled extensively with family, alone, all that. I find a lot of joy and happiness when I travel to new places. The first trip that I went abroad was to Russia. When I was working in DRDO, it was a 1-week trip, but still that was my first foreign trip. I enjoyed, and during the discussions, morning to evening, there will be discussions, and also they took us to some good places in Moscow for us to visit. It was snow, maybe that was the first time I came across snow. That was a wonderful experience. Subsequently, when I was working in HCL Technologies, I had gone to USA, Poland, Japan, Netherlands, and the like. Primarily, the way I got into interest in travel was during my period in HCL Technologies. They used to go for some kind of team outing or team trips. I had gone to many places in Kerala. Thekadi, Munnar, then Wayanad. Wayanad, yeah, right. Many places in Kerala. Then, of course, we used to have the outbound training programs. I had been to Elective, where there used to be a lot of adventurism kind of things. Like, for example, you have to stand on a van, and then people will be in 2 lines. You have to just fall below like this. That develops trust with the team. If you trust only, you will fall, right? That kind of outbound training programs. There I used to walk on a rope at a height of about 30-40 feet. Such adventure things I got introduced during my outbound training programs and all. That instilled in me a lot of interest in going for adventure tours, wherever, of course, opportunity was there. Next to travel, as I said, adventure. Many of you may have that as in your bucket list. have you gone on parasailing? Has anyone gone on parasailing? Good. So when I went to Thailand long back, there I went on parasailing. Myself, my wife, my kids, everyone went on that. And about 2-3 years back when we went to Goa, there again we went on parasailing. Similarly, catamaran ride. Has anyone gone on catamaran ride? Near Kovalam, when we were having some off-site training program, during that time we were taken on a catamaran, and after going into the sea, we were all pushed into the waters, of course, with rope and safety things and all. These are some kinds of things you can have in your bucket list. I have many other items in my bucket list with regard to adventures. Then the third category you can say is about food. Who all likes food? Good to know. Have you gone on a food tour? Food tour? Focused on that? Nice. Okay, that is good. In fact, visiting Madurai for the purpose of eating different kinds of food was in my bucket list for quite some time. This month, in the beginning of this month, at last I fulfilled it. My friend who is of my age, he was alone during that period. Right now he is single. His wife and family is in Chennai. So I made use of that opportunity, went there for about 3 days. I went to different places. In fact, in my college WhatsApp group, I asked someone which are all the good non-veg restaurants in Madurai. One person was kind enough to share big list. Kodar Kadai, Amsavalli Mess, then Arumugam Mess, some other, you go for night dinner, parota with kurma, all that. So I tried all those things for about 3 days. Then, if it is something to do with music, has anyone attended any of the Big Shots concerts? Good. So you can have that as part of your bucket list. Long back, I attended one audio launch of the film Needani and Ponvasanta. Ilayaraja, my friend is an Ilayaraja fan. I am also an Ilayaraja fan, but he is so much of, like, he might be part of fans club, all that. He said, this audio launch is coming, shall we go? That is the first time I got excited. I went there, I attended, seeing Ilayaraja for the first time and listening to the songs on stage first time. Of late we get singles much before, and then only after a few songs are released, then the audio launch happens. At that time that was a good experience. Similarly, if you are a movie buff, first day, first show of your Taliva's movie. Yeah. So far I have not had that experience. Anyone has gone on first day, first show? Yeah, good. That can be in your bucket list. What else? There can be like other kind is religion and spiritual. Do you all, is anyone having such things in your bucket list? Huh? Right. Depending on your faith, you can go to Rameswaram or Tanjore Big Temple. These are the places I have visited. Similarly, I had been to Bhubaneswar, Puri Jagannath Temple. I had been to the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi. I had been to Cologne Church in Germany. These are different places where I had gone. Each place gives you excitement, something new, something interesting, regenerates you, right? Those are the things. These are all the different types of bucket lists you can have. Yeah. Now, let me ask those who didn't know what a bucket list is. Are you clear now about what a bucket list is? Okay. Sometimes, now if you have to, let me help you create a bucket list. As I said, for any bucket list to have something, to execute that, you need some resources. Again, money, time and energy. Right? These are all the things you need. However hard you work, you can still find some day. I mean some off days. In fact, of late, even when I was working, usually December end, there would be sometimes mandatory 1 week off in many companies, especially IT companies, because in US also there would be holidays. They would ask us all to take leave compulsorily. Those occasions you can plan something. Yeah, and it need not always be expensive. Yeah, there are certain things you can do at very low cost. Has anyone gone to Lighthouse in Marina Beach? Arun?
Yeah.
Good. Who else? Balasundar. Good. Only 4 years back or so, on a wedding day for my wedding anniversary, I decided, we have been in Chennai for so long and Lighthouse is just 10 or 12 kilometers away. Why not have been to Lighthouse so far? Then we decided that day we would go to Lighthouse. You go to Lighthouse, it's entry fee may be about 50 rupees or 100 rupees, not much. But the time you can spend there is limited because you have to come out. Go there by the lift and you can have the beautiful view of the Marina stretch, promenade or whatever they say. No, you can see the whole thing very nice. Go to the tall places. There are many tall places where I had gone. Eiffel Tower or Statue of Liberty or Summit in New York, and in Japan there is another tall high-rise building tower. I have been to many places. Viewing the whole landscape from a height gives a different height actually. It is very nice. You can just have the whole city and it will be very beautiful. Those are some of the things you can do. Then, had you been to Vivekananda Villam in Chennai? No? Anyone who is spiritual, you should try that. Apart from this, when I say spiritual, anyone having interest in art of living or Isha Foundation or Vipassana? Yeah? See, Vipassana is in my bucket list. Vipassana is a 10-day program where you need to be silent. You cannot have your cell phone. You cannot talk to others. In fact, our Toastmaster Vijay Kumar gave a long speech in this club about Vipassana. It's available on our YouTube. It's very difficult. You cannot even have pen and paper to note down thoughts. You just have to be yourself. You have to spend all your time with you. We talk about me time. There you will get plenty of me time. You will get bored with yourself. Probably that is a risk you have to take. Okay? Now, so when you create bucket list, think of initially put down whatever that comes to your mind based on whatever discussions you have. Later on, you start prioritizing, see, okay, if this is okay for the entire family, whether we can afford it, or in terms of even sometimes, you have to plan in such a way that your family members should also be available. They may be working or they may be going to school, all that. Everyone's time has to sync. Then you have to plan that. Other option is you can also sometimes go on solo trips. That is one option. So think on these lines and develop your bucket list, and you can keep on changing your bucket list. There is nothing like once you have written, that's fine. So no, don't worry. Start creating the bucket list, and those who already have the bucket list, if you are not working on it, start looking at it and then plan for the entire year. Okay, for 2025, from this bucket list, at least 1 or 2 items. If they are big items, big ticket items, then you can say 1 or 2 I will complete that year. If there are, you can also create multiple small items which can be executed just like that. The one which I said, lighthouse, or a new restaurant opens in the city and you are a food lover, then you can think of it. Just for those who want to know, I will share one information. Dakshin, a restaurant that was part of the Crown Plaza, or prior to that Adayar Gate, South Indian restaurant, wonderful restaurant. It was closed down because that place was getting renovated. Now it is available on TTK Road, I believe. I saw that news item today. I have that now in my bucket list. I have added that to my bucket list. Dear Toastmasters, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Life is shorter than what you think it is. Time flies. Time and tide wait for none. If you do not have a bucket list, create one immediately. If you have a list already, start working on it, start clearing that, start emptying your list and keep adding. If you have a long list and if you keep on refreshing it, you will enjoy life better and for longer. Will you create a bucket list or act on your bucket list soon?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster.